Okay. All right. Okay. Once again, thanks to Urban Ninja, there's something that has piqued my interest for Dragon Ball Sunday. And yes, don't worry, we will continue our usual for Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I just gotta get back on it. I promise you, I did not abandon Super Dragon Ball Heroes. And again, yes, we're gonna be talking about that death battle concerning Goku and Superman. It won't be a reaction. I don't know if I'm probably gonna do the Frieza versus Megatron thing though. But but last night Urban Ninja addressed something to me. And he had just got done watching these two specific videos that he wanted me to probably go ahead and watch off screen just to get a feel of what's to come. Hopefully after Dragon Ball Daima. Um, like I said, despite the fact that I'm not really a big Dragon Ball fan, I still love Dragon Ball. This arc, I have heard so many people talk about this arc who actually do read the manga. And I can honestly say that because of all the talk, especially from Urban Ninja, I am excited and I hope that we get it animated sooner than later. I really do hope so because yeah, it's sounding really good. It is sounding really good. But without further ado, we're going to do part 1 of this because this is an hour and 41 minutes long. And I don't want to just completely just compact it in one video. No. I want to divide this up so that way we can still be talking about this. So, without further ado, here we go. The entire Moro arc. I said mono. Jesus Christ. The entire Moro arc, Dragon Ball Super manga by Justin's Den. All right. The link for this video will be in the description along with when I do part 2. It will be in the description as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue.
The Moro arc takes place after the events of the Tournament of Power and encounter with Broly. Sometime after, Goku arrives at Capsule Corporation to train with Vegeta in the Gravity Training Room. Vegeta inquires about Ultra Instinct, and Goku shares that he hasn't been able to activate it since the tournament. He expresses that continual rigorous training is necessary if he intends to use it again, and unexpectedly, Bulma interrupts them, requesting their presence outside. She informs them that Hercule had called, as a mysterious gang is attempting to kidnap Buu, and utilizing his instant transmission, Goku takes off, while Vegeta opts to fly. At Hercule's house, a sleeping Buu is being forced into a spaceship by a group of individuals. Hercule tries to thwart their attempts, but is unsuccessful. Goku and Vegeta arrive, catching the attention of the lead kidnapper, Miris. Recognizing the two, Miris is interrupted by Goku, who begins to attack the other kidnappers in the group. Left with no option, Miris uses his stun gun to incapacitate Goku and Vegeta, instructing his men to bring them along, and he'll explain the situation at their headquarters.
Really?
Later, Goku regains consciousness and encounters Jocko on the Galactic Patrol HQ spaceship. Miris extends his apologies to Goku for his actions, clarifying it was the only choice as Goku wouldn't listen to reason. Vegeta, questioning the need for Buu,
so what's going on?
Miris that they need to recapture a dangerous criminal who'd escaped the Galactic Patrol prison. To accomplish this, they require the aid of a specific entity living within Buu, the Grand Supreme Kai. 10 million years in the past, the Grand Supreme Kai and South Supreme Kai confront Moro, a formidable foe who hurls comets at them from the cosmos. Harnessing his unique abilities, Moro drains life.
I am so impressed that they took that concept of Buu still having the absorb that he consumed, and had those characters having done something long before Buu met them. Like that's yes. A+. Yes, I like stuff like that. I like stuff like that, man.
life energy from a neighboring planet, annihilating its ecosystems and inhabitants, and manifests a potent energy orb, which he consumes. Gaining immense power, he releases an energy onslaught on the Supreme Kais, who openly admit their inability to win. Observing from a distance, the Galactic Police witness the devastating battle and recognize Moro as the destroyer of 320 planets, admitting their inability to apprehend him and choose to entrust the task to the Supreme Kais while maintaining a safe distance. In a desperate move, the Grand Supreme Kai expels all his god power to seal Moro's magical abilities, utilizing a perilous technique known only to him, the Kai Kai Maltaru. This renders Moro vulnerable, allowing the Galactic Patrol to incarcerate him until his recent escape. In the present, Miris narrates this historical event to Goku, Vegeta, and Jaco, emphasizing that even stripped of his magic, Moro retained formidable power and was sentenced to death. However, no entity was powerful enough to actually execute the sentence. Moro, likely having regained some of his magical prowess, needs to be stopped with the intervention of the Grand Supreme Kai, who's now a part of Buu. Vegeta informs the group of Buu's slumber, and attempts to wake him are futile as the Galactic Patrol members are thrown into one another. Goku volunteers to assist in apprehending Moro, and Miris tells him and Vegeta that rumors of the two of them have spread throughout the cosmos, as they're supposedly quite powerful. Goku begins to explain to Miris that yet another Saiyan was discovered recently, while Vegeta continues to think about how Miris was able to get the drop on both him and Goku on Earth. Goku and Vegeta are briefed by Miris and the Galactic King, and are temporarily inducted into the Galactic Patrol with strange outfits, although they refuse to wear them and instead opt to bearing the Galactic Patrol symbol on their feet. Suddenly, the Saiyans notice a group of Galactic Patrol members running down the halls, and are informed that the Macaroni siblings are committing crimes again. Miris offers to stop them on his own, but Vegeta insists on tagging along, as he's curious to witness Miris' capabilities. The Saiyan pair, Jaco and Miris head off, and on planet Jung, the siblings are in the middle of a heist, being pursued by local enforcers and the Galactic Patrol. It's discovered that the group are attempting to steal Blue Aurum, a fuel source which, in the wrong hands, could build a bomb powerful enough to destroy a planet. After a series of confrontations and pursuits involving sabotages and escapes, the siblings are finally apprehended with the help of Goku, Vegeta, and Miris. However, Vegeta senses a concealed power in Miris, who denies such allegations and admits his inability to capture Moro single-handedly due to Moro's boundless and growing strength. Receiving intel about Moro's whereabouts, the group narrow their search to sector KT-40. Goku opts to searching for Moro's key, only to be met with a sinister smile from the villain, indicating his awareness of Goku's pursuit of him. Goku shares with Vegeta an eerie sensation he got from Moro, stating the energy felt like the agonized screams of countless souls. Miris clarifies this disturbing feeling is due to Moro's capacity to siphon a planet's life force, explaining his unnaturally extended life. In a distant part of space, Moro,
so Moro has the ability to zap the life out of a planet to make him younger. That explains why he has that. Okay. So he's a youth absorber, which is what I like to call it. He's looking for eternal youth, basically, to make sure he lives forever. So he just goes around planets just absorbing their life force. That is sick. That's sick, dude.
Discloses to Cranberry, his pilot, that someone is seeking him. Despite the diminished state of his magical abilities though, Moro was eager to reach their destination. Meanwhile, Goku deduces that Moro's target is New Namek, though he's puzzled about how Moro discovered its confidential location. Miris suggests Moro's restored abilities now let him detect life-rich planets, and overhearing this, one of the captured siblings known as Pasta brings up rumors he's heard about Namekians and their Dragon Balls, shocking the Galactic Patrol. He mentions a fellow inmate who used to work for Frieza, seeking powerful fighters to help retrieve the balls. Apparently, this knowledge reached Moro, making the Dragon Balls his target. On Moro's ship, he revels in the fact that he regained a fraction of his magic in the nick of time. He credits his restored magic, emerging around the time of Kid Buu's defeat for his prison break, as well as Cranberry's escape. Cranberry reminds Moro of the Dragon Ball's potential to grant 3 wishes, and urges him to honor their agreement to let him use just one wish for a safe
Oh
haven from
my
Frieza's
God.
army and the Galactic Patrol. Moro agrees, needing only one wish for himself. On New Namek, Mori and two young Namekians are praying and enjoying their peaceful life when suddenly one of the Namekian inhabitants notices Moro's ship approaching. Recognizing the imminent threat, Goku and Vegeta, refusing to wait for Buu to wake up, decide to use instant transmission to get to New Namek quickly. They arrive just as Moro descends, while Moro, who from his vantage point recognizes Goku as the one who was seeking him earlier and assumes he's come to apprehend him. Moro is impressed with Goku's energy, and the Saiyans swiftly warn the Namekians of the incoming threat, who then gather the Dragon Balls and retreat. Vegeta confirms the unsettling nature of Moro's ki, and Goku states how he's got a bad feeling about what's coming. Moro lands and exits the ship, the Saiyan pair then noticing how feeble he looks after so many years of living. However, the scene escalates when Moro, ignoring Goku's advice to return to prison quietly, employs his magic to ensnare a young Namekian named Eska. As
Oh,
Moro
no.
starts to strangle the child, Vegeta intervenes, rescuing Eska. Wanting to atone for his past misdeeds against the Namekians, Vegeta challenges Moro, telling Goku to stay out of it. Vegeta transforms into a Super Saiyan and charges
wow.
toward Moro, but is unable to land any of his attacks. He pursues the villain and lands on top of his spaceship, as Cranberry recognizes Vegeta, wondering why he's joined the Galactic Patrol. Initially, Vegeta struggles against Moro's magic, but after ascending to Super Saiyan God, he manages to land a blow to Moro. Vegeta dismisses Moro's tactics, citing familiarity with various battle techniques from past fights. Meanwhile,
Oh, wow.
on the Galactic Patrol spaceship, Mirrors decides they need to return to HQ for the Grand Supreme Kai's help. Jocko optimistically states that the Saiyans might prevail against Moro, but Mirrors says it's very unlikely. Back at the front line, Moro, shedding his cloak, prepares to unveil his
Oh,
true
shit.
magic to Vegeta. Goku acknowledges Moro's capacity to siphon life energy, evident from his recent attempt on Eska. However, Moro hints at using this skill differently this time. Concurrently in space, Mirrors elaborates to Jocko that Moro's attacks harness the stolen energy from planets. Moro releases an energy surge from the planet, catching Vegeta off guard. Emphasizing that this force is used from the life energy of New Namek, Moro exploits the planet's innate energy, causing Vegeta to struggle. Vegeta takes flight to evade, only to be
Holy
assailed
shit.
by multiple energy streams of lava, pushing him toward the ground as the Namekians watch in the distance. When Vegeta lunges at Moro from the dried lava, the villain conjures an energy barrier for protection. Moro tells Vegeta his efforts are futile and uses his magic once more to thwart the Saiyans' attempts to pursue. Goku offers to step in and fight instead, but Vegeta tells him to shut up and watch. Vegeta taunts Moro about the repetitiveness of his attacks, but Moro counters, asserting that he can utilize the planet's energy until it's extinguished. Admitting his inability to approach Moro and lacking further power boosts, Vegeta questions Moro's reason for visiting New Namek, suggesting a potential alliance. Moro, while mocking Vegeta, entertains his offer, expressing his intent to gather the Namekian Dragon Balls. Doubting Vegeta's knowledge of the ball's location, Moro makes a move once more to end him with the planet's life force. Despite this onslaught, Vegeta withstands Moro, who now harnesses the planet's energy more aggressively. As Vegeta tries to hold off the attack, he inquires about Moro's wish, given his already immense strength. Moro confesses he seeks the full might of what he once had, which his imprisonment had diminished. Suddenly, using this confession to his advantage, Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, easily blowing away the planet's energy that appeared to have him overwhelmed. Surprised, Moro questions if Vegeta was concealing his true strength, and Goku praises Vegeta, stating he allowed Moro to believe he could win so he'd reveal his intentions. Startled, Moro amplifies his assault, prompting Vegeta to ascend to Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, allowing him to easily evade and deliver a powerful blow, plunging Moro into the sea. Vegeta reverts to base form, and meanwhile, Goku notices something ominous with not only the planet, but his own energy as Moro emerges from the water.
What's going on?
Moro's possible defeat, Cranberry decides to flee on his ship. This provides a distraction for Moro, who unleashes an onslaught of ki blasts at Goku and Vegeta and disappears. Goku finds the monster, only to discover him gathering the planet's energy once more, this time into a mass of lava larger than before. It's soon discovered among the Namekians that Moro is taking energy from their planet and its inhabitants, weakening them. Goku ponders about attacking Moro while he's charging energy, and instead of releasing said energy, Moro condenses and consumes it, enhancing his strength. Spotting Cranberry's departing ship, Moro uses telekinesis to ground it, stating he won't won't lose this battle. Goku acknowledges that Moro seems way stronger than before, and Vegeta realizes this is why Beerus wanted to capture him quickly. Vegeta attempts to transform into Super Saiyan Blue once more, but is unable to, prompting Goku to believe he must be joking around. As Vegeta attempts to transform once more, Beerus informs Jocko back on their spaceship that Moro is capable of stealing his opponent's energy while they're fighting, and that Goku and Vegeta challenged him without knowing all the facts.
What the fuck? So the moment he's fighting somebody, they can just... Wow. Wow.
Vegeta states he's unable to transform, and now with the upper hand, Moro subdues Vegeta and launches him across New Namek's surface, revealing that he too had been hiding his true intent. With increased power, Moro effortlessly pushes Vegeta further into Namek's surface with his magic. Attempting to save his ally, Goku launches a kick at Moro, but the villain is easily able to block it and retaliate by ragdolling Goku around the planet and tossing him into lava, leaving him drained. Vegeta tries to retaliate with his Gallic gun, but Moro swallows the energy blast, further growing his power. Meanwhile, on Beerus's planet, Beerus is engaged in a fishing contest with the Oracle Fish out of boredom, and Whis detects a drop in energy levels on New Namek. Whis brings this to Beerus's attention and inquires if he intends to let the events unfold. Beerus nonchalantly consents, inciting the planet's lack of interesting food. Back on New Namek, Goku attempts to use instant transmission to return to the Galactic Patrol with Vegeta, but it fails due to his depleted energy. Suddenly, Moro strikes them with a massive energy blast, creating a crater, and remarks that such formidable foes were rare in this era, except for the Grand Supreme Kai, who had stolen his abilities. Moro swiftly lands and crushes Goku's stomach, then seizes him by the neck along with Vegeta thanks to his magic. With a final remark on how the Saiyans will allow him to grow even more powerful, Moro saps the remaining energy from Goku and Vegeta, leaving their seemingly lifeless bodies to the dust as he consumes his new meal and grows even stronger than he imagined.
Oh my god.
With the battle concluded, Cranberry returns and tries to convince Moro that he never tried to abandon him, although Moro catches him in his lie. Cranberry employs his scouter to pinpoint the villages on the planet, each holding a Dragon Ball. However, Moro has no need for it, as he can sense the Namekians himself. As Moro heads toward the nearest village, Cranberry inquires if Goku and Vegeta are dead. Moro dismisses them, stating that those who are energy drained will meet their demise naturally, and the two depart in their spaceship. Soon after, nearby Namekians rush to Goku and Vegeta, rescuing them as they're barely breathing. On Earth, an irate Bulma, realizing it's been a week since Goku and Vegeta's departure, deduces the Galactic Patrol's involvement after questioning Hercule. She decides to visit her sister, Tights, to use her communicator to contact Jocko. Meanwhile, at Galactic Patrol HQ, Beerus returns to find Boo awake and goes to meet him. Jocko receives a message and eventually contacts Bulma, who requests a ship to be sent her way. She wants to go see Moro herself, but Jocko hastily ends the call without giving a definite answer. Later on Namek, Mori watches over Goku and Vegeta, who have slightly recovered thanks to Eska's healing abilities. They learn they were unconscious for 3 days, and while they were resting, Moro attacked 3 villages and acquired their Dragon Balls. Suddenly, they sense Moro's power surging as he assaults another village, tossing Namekians into the surrounding flames and eliminating them one by one until someone gives up the Dragon Ball. Goku regrets his inability to teleport and assist, but Mori mentions they have one last resort, Namekian assimilation. This is the technique Piccolo did with Kami, as dozens of strong Namekian warriors from each village combine to create a formidable warrior who rushes in to confront Moro. However, Moro swiftly kills this warrior with a single blow before he can react, leaving the Namekian villagers in shock. Moro sarcastically apologizes for killing the warrior, stating he was gone before he could even see his face. Mori is deeply distraught over the loss of their last hope, the Namekian savior. Vegeta observes that Moro seems to have grown even stronger during their unconsciousness and regrets that they've been reduced to hiding. Goku inquires about how Moro was able to locate the Dragon Balls, and Vegeta explains that Moro is tracking the key of the Namekians, much like how Frieza did in the past. Goku states the final Dragon Ball should be safe for now, and suggests that the surviving Namekians temporarily evacuate the villages and conceal their energy to elude Moro's detection. Meanwhile, trampling over deceased Namekians at Moro's hands, Cranberry searches for the Dragon Ball within the houses, but struggles to find it. Moro directs him to a specific specific house, and Cranberry quickly locates it. He queries Moro about his ability to pinpoint their location, but Moro remains silent, indicating another Dragon Ball in the distance. Meanwhile on Earth, Dende senses a grave disturbance on his home planet. Piccolo, feeling the same concern, joins him on the lookout and speculates whether it has any connection to Goku and Vegeta, who had left Earth a few days ago.
You know it does.
Moro continues his pursuit of the Dragon Balls, now in possession of 6 of them as he heads toward the final one's location. Goku and Vegeta sense Moro approaching their position, and with surprise, Vegeta notes that Moro must be able to sense the Dragon Balls directly. With limited options, Goku decides to get dressed and confront him, although Mori points out he and Vegeta nearly died last time. Vegeta follows, but pauses to inquire about Mori's feelings towards him regarding his past involvement in wiping out Namekians. Mori acknowledges that the memory can't be erased, but assures Vegeta that they only seek peace and the preservation of the planet. Vegeta joins Goku and instructs him to ensure the planet's restoration should he survive, and Goku agrees. Moro reaches the final Dragon Ball's location, surprised to find the 2 Saiyans are still alive. Cranberry states that Saiyans are a powerful race, but Moro vows to ensure their demise this time. Goku and Vegeta, recognizing Moro's pinpointed their location, powers up for battle, but their recent injuries leave them weakened. They rush toward Moro's ship, but before they collide, they're intercepted by a Galactic Patrol spaceship. Miris, riding atop the ship, shoots off the wings of Moro's vessel. Cranberry falls and Moro escapes through the roof, pursued by Iriko piloting the ship. Miris closes in on Moro and deploys a substance that encapsulates Moro's body, much to everyone's surprise. Now in control, Miris slams Moro to the ground and he's unable to break free of the substance.
Wow!
He inquires whether they plan to return Moro to prison in his current state, but Miris explains the substance won't hold him for long and requests backup aboard the ship. Suddenly, Jocko and Boo descend from the ship with Boo still asleep. Jocko explains that Boo woke up briefly but experienced motion sickness during the journey, rendering him unconscious again. However, Boo eventually awakens and Jocko informs Vegeta that Boo can now seal Moro's magic thanks to the Galactic Patrol's hypnotist, which had rekindled the Grand Supreme Kai's memories within Boo. Upon seeing Moro, Boo recalls him as if he were the Grand Supreme Kai and becomes enraged by the number of his friends Moro had killed in the past. Moro, enraged with seeing the Grand Supreme Kai once more, breaks free from his confinement and prepares to battle Boo. With his anger continuing to boil, Boo lets out a furious cry and charges at Moro, who conjures a wall of fire from the ground. However, Boo effortlessly gets past it and delivers a powerful blow to Moro's face, surprising Goku and Vegeta. Moro punctures Boo's stomach, believing he's won the fight, but Boo's regenerative abilities give him the upper hand as he flings Moro into the air and launches a barrage of ki blasts at him, impressing onlookers with his strength. Moro attempts the energy absorption technique he used on the Saiyans, but Boo continues to dominate him. Vegeta points out to Goku that Boo's energy isn't diminishing and that Moro's absorption doesn't seem to affect Boo the way that it did them. Feeling hopeful, Goku declares Boo can finish this, and Moro inquires about Boo's abilities, but Boo simply laughs in response. In the ongoing battle, Boo maintains the upper hand against Moro, displaying a clear advantage. Moro's ki attacks prove ineffective against Boo, thanks to Boo's distinctive body structure and regenerative abilities. Goku, who's observing the battle, notes that despite not seeing Boo fight for a long time, he seems even stronger than before. Miris wonders if this newfound strength might be related to the unlocking of Boo's potential after his recent memory restoration. It might. And Moro, meanwhile, having been thrown against a nearby rock, becomes infuriated, believing that he would have never been defeated if he had access to its full power. Boo taunts him, referring to him as weak, and sprouts 4 additional arms from his body, then charges at Moro and relentlessly pummels him into the ground. Goku is astonished at Boo's dominance, but Miris remains concerned about potential tricks Moro might have up his sleeve. He urges Boo to use a certain technique while Moro is defenseless, and Boo agrees as his detached arms continue to pummel Moro viciously. Boo grabs Moro's limbs, immobilizing him as Boo prepares his move, but suddenly the sky darkens. Amidst the confusion, the group notice that Porunga, the eternal dragon, has been summoned. Cranberry is responsible for summoning the dragon using Eska, and resorts to violence against other Namekians, including Mori, who tried to interfere. Porunga announces that he'll be granting 3 wishes. Cranberry's first wish is for his health to be restored since he's on the brink of death, and Porunga does so. Goku and Vegeta rush toward Porunga to stop Cranberry, while Moro telepathically contacts him, urging him him to wish for the
No!
restoration of his full magical power. Although Cranberry hesitates, wanting to inquire about his own wish to escape to a distant planet, Moro threatens him, and Cranberry complies. Cranberry's second wish is to restore Moro's magical power, and Moro immediately senses the surge in his strength. Goku and Vegeta in the distance notice this as well, and Moro vanishes to head straight for Porunga, knocking Goku and Vegeta aside. While Cranberry is in the midst of making his final wish to be transported to a remote planet, Moro suddenly materializes behind him and thrusts his hand through Cranberry's chest, ending his life. Moro then uses Cranberry's translation device to speak to Porunga and prepares to make his final wish. In the meantime, Miris, Jocko, and Boo board the spaceship piloted by
What was the final
making
wish
their
then?
way toward Moro. Moro's second and final wish is granted, and Porunga vanishes as the Dragon Balls scatter across New Namek. Goku and Vegeta arrive at Moro's location a moment too late, surrounded by the lifeless bodies of Namekians. They demand to know what Moro's second wish was, but he remains tight-lipped, telling them that they'll know soon enough. Just as the Galactic Patrol arrives, Moro bids his farewell and conceals his key to escape undetected. Boo uses his powers to heal Eska, but cannot revive the others who have perished. At that moment, the planet begins to tremble as Moro initiates the process of draining all the energy from it. Suddenly, Boo returns Goku and Vegeta to their full strength, but when Goku turns to express his gratitude, he finds the Grand Supreme Kai standing in Boo's place. The Grand Supreme Kai explains that until Moro is defeated, he will temporarily swap places with Boo, and they can still save New Namek if they hurry and confront Moro together. Goku prepares to use instant transmission as he, Vegeta, and the Grand Supreme Kai teleport to face Moro. Miris hopeful that the trio can finish him off. As Moro continues draining energy from both the people and the planet of New Namek, Miris, Jocko, and Eska make their escape aboard the Galactic Patrol spaceship. Meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta in their Super Saiyan Blue form, alongside the Grand Supreme Kai, materialize at the edge of Namek's atmosphere. They charge toward Moro together, but find themselves striking an afterimage. They attempt 2 more times and fail, realizing that Moro's actual body isn't present, leaving them puzzled about the source of his energy absorption. The Grand Supreme Kai spots Moro nearby, prompting Goku to charge in once more. However, Vegeta stops him, cautioning that Saiyans can't survive in the vacuum of space. The Grand Supreme Kai decides to confront Moro alone, but finds himself unable to pose any challenge as Moro effortlessly deflects and counters all his attacks, now having more of Namek's energy fueling him. Moro strikes him forcefully, sending the Kai deeper into space as he pursues him, out of Goku and Vegeta's sight. Meanwhile, Miris receives word from Iriko that Moro and the Grand Supreme Kai have left Namek's orbit, prompting them to prioritize helping Goku and Vegeta first. In space, the Grand Supreme Kai continues to valiantly battle Moro, though he's clearly outmatched. Moro taunts the Grand Supreme Kai, stating his powers no longer trouble him, but the Kai prepares to use his magic sealing technique once more. Confident, Moro tells the Kai to unleash his attack, but he remains motionless, confirming Moro's suspicions that he now lacks the power to unleash the sealing spell at all, a fact the Kai confirms. Meanwhile, Goku states that Moro's growing stronger, and suddenly, the Galactic Patrol appear and the group take off to pursue him, along with the Grand Supreme Kai. On board the ship, Goku questions why the Kai was unable to use the sealing technique, and Miris states it must be due to the splitting that Boo underwent long ago. Because the good Boo inherited the physical appearance of the Grand Supreme Kai, Miris hypothesizes that in turn, his god power was transferred to the evil Boo instead. Goku is surprised that Kid Boo actually had god power within him, and meanwhile, the Grand Supreme Kai continues to get pummeled in space by
So now the Grand Supreme Kai, the other side of Boo is powerless. Meanwhile, Boo has the actual power and the potential to stop. Switch back. Switch back. For God's sake, just switch back. Just switch back.
Moro. Moro taunts the Kai and delivers a powerful kick that sends him hurtling further into space. Upon crash landing, the Grand Supreme Kai's latent memories are unlocked, revealing a vision of the past when Goku defeated Kid Buu with the Spirit Bomb, and realizes that when he was killed, his power vanished along with him. Moro was able to view the memories as well, and revels in the fact that no one in the universe could possibly defeat him anymore. Back on Miris' ship, Vegeta acknowledges that their only option now is to rely on sheer brute force rather than deception. As the ship approaches Moro's location, Mieris questions the Saiyans on if they can guarantee they're more powerful than Moro. Vegeta confidently asserts that aside from Moro's magic, they're superior fighters, with a single Super Saiyan Blue at full power being sufficient enough to handle him. Satisfied, Mieris dons a spacesuit and vows to retrieve Moro and return him to Namek, and he takes off. As Moro prepares to land what appears to be a finishing blow to the Grand Supreme Kai, Mieris intervenes and provides a distraction long enough to bring the Kai to safety. He informs him of his plan to bring Moro back to Namek and inquires whether the Kai can use instant transmission, and the Kai confirms his ability. Their conversation is interrupted by Moro, who lands irate, prepared to do away with the Galactic Patrol. Mieris distracts Moro with his weapon, prompting him to attempt a finishing blow on the Galactic Patrolman. Mieris uses the opportunity to use the substance from his arsenal to grab hold of a compromised boulder and hurl it at Moro, who quickly turns to destroy it with ease. However, Mieris suddenly appears from the air and momentarily blinds Moro using his jet booster in his boots.
Wow.
This gives the Grand Supreme Kai the opportunity to grasp Moro and teleport him back to Namek, where Goku and Vegeta await. Mieris urges Jocko to take the ship back to Namek, but Jocko remains confident that Goku and Vegeta can finish the job. Meanwhile, Moro appears to gloat over the remaining energy on the planet for him to consume. When Vegeta threatens to destroy him, Moro laughs and reveals the Saiyans have forgotten about something quite important: the third wish from Porunga. At the Galactic Prison, two Galactic Patrol members evaluate the aftermath of Moro's escape. One of them suggests caution regarding the other convicts, but his colleague reassures him that the prisoners couldn't break out on their own. They proceed to the control tower filled with hundreds of prisoners, where they observe Calamus leading the Macaroni gang to their cells. Suddenly, a surge of energy from New Namek races through the cosmos and touches down at the Galactic Prison, disabling the power and causing all the convicts' cells to open. The convicts start to break free, including Saganbo, a follower of Moro, who greets a few of his fellow inmates and mobilizes a group of Galactic Patrol prisoners to attack the guards, seizing their weapons and demanding the return of their spaceships. He invites other convicts, including the Macaroni gang, to join their uprising. Meanwhile, Jocko and Mieris, still aboard their Galactic Patrol spaceship, receive word of the prison break from Iriko. Eska then has a sudden realization, recalling Moro's third wish, the release of all prisoners. As Moro informs Goku and Vegeta about his wish, the convicts arrive on a spaceship nearby. The ship unleashes a powerful energy beam at Goku, Vegeta, and the Grand Supreme Kai, but they narrowly evade it. Moro lands on the ship, and Saganbo shows his respect by bowing. Moro praises him for assembling a small army and offers to share his power with them in return. Below, Goku and Vegeta sense the convicts' energy surge as a group of them leap from the ship, ready to confront the trio. Moro unleashes the convicts, and Goku and Vegeta transform into perfected Super Saiyan Blue and effortlessly defeat them, leaving everyone in awe of their strength. Saganbo, however, motivates the convicts to keep fighting or risk return to prison. The battle continues, but Moro begins to absorb energy from Goku and Vegeta once more, causing them to revert to Super Saiyan
that's
God.
some
Goku
bullshit.
charges at Moro, but he reverts to Super Saiyan 3 and is struck down by Saganbo. Vegeta, also weakened by the energy absorption, struggles, as does the Grand Supreme Kai due to his previous battle with Moro in space. Goku and Vegeta, now in their Super Saiyan form, continue to fend off the convicts while Goku questions Moro's motives. Moro explains that he aims to create an ideal galaxy where he can consume planets as he pleases. He despises the idea of preserving peace and believes that such individuals should be eradicated. Goku and Vegeta then unwillingly revert to their base forms, drained of their max power once more. As they continue to fend off the convicts, who regrettably aren't getting any weaker thanks to Moro, Mieris and Jocko descend to the ground to aid their comrades, utilizing advanced weaponry to incapacitate the convicts. Mieris suggests retreating, acknowledging that as things are now, they can't defeat Moro. Eska uses his healing ability to restore some of the Grand Supreme Kai's strength, and Saganbo attempts to destroy the spaceship they came in, although Mieris thwarts his attempt, surprising Saganbo as he knocked the gun from his hand from a sizable distance. Goku tells Iriko to retreat with the ship, and Mieris urges the Grand Supreme Kai to retreat using his instant transmission, which he does swiftly as he takes Eska with him. Goku grabs Jocko and Mieris, intending to use instant transmission to escape to Galactic Patrol HQ, but he's delayed by Vegeta, who refuses to leave out of pride and instructs Goku to go on without him before flying off off in the direction of Iriko's ship. Left with no other option, Goku teleports away with everyone but Vegeta. Vegeta catches up to Iriko's spaceship and demands entry, and meanwhile, Goku and the others appear in the bathroom of the Galactic King, confused on what Vegeta meant from his speech. As the convicts chase the ship Vegeta's on, Iriko pushes it to max speed, narrowly evading their pursuit. Iriko informs Vegeta that they're also returning to HQ, but Vegeta refuses and insists on heading into a different direction, planet Yardrat. Meanwhile, the Galactic Patrol prisoners board their ship as Moro completes the absorption of the last remnants of life energy from New Namek. Saganbo inquires about the sudden disappearance of the Galactic Patrol and inquires if they're dead, but Moro clarifies that they escaped using teleportation. Saganbo then questions Moro on who they should pursue first, but Moro decides against going after anyone, considering powerful individuals like them rare. He states that they're free to roam the universe for now, but warns that he'll kill them if they interfere again. Moro then questions Saganbo on if he knows of any planets abundant in life energy, given his past involvement in a crew that ravaged the galaxy. Saganbo confirms, and the two head back inside the ship, where some scouts board smaller vessels to search the galaxy, and the main ship departs from the dying New Namek. At Galactic Patrol HQ, the Galactic King learns of the escape of prisoners from the Galactic Prison, including Moro. He assumed Miris would resolve the issue, but is informed that Moro's strength exceeded their expectations. Goku, walking alongside them, notices Eska, who fortunately made it back to HQ. Goku questions where Boo is, only to see he's fallen asleep and reverted from the Grand Supreme Kai once more, due to his recent battle on Namek. Eska inquires about Vegeta's whereabouts, and Goku replies that Vegeta is likely off training elsewhere, considering their usual tactics ineffective against Moro and exploring new strategies. Meanwhile, Vegeta, aboard a Galactic Patrol vessel, senses Moro heading in the opposite direction. Iriko informs him that it's Saganbo's ship, the fastest one he knows of. When Vegeta inquires about Saganbo, Iriko reminds him of the strongest fighter who stood with Moro. However, Vegeta dismisses Saganbo's strength, stating that without Moro's assistance, Saganbo couldn't even defeat his son, Trunks. Iriko reveals that it'll take 1 week to reach planet Yardrat and questions Vegeta about his purpose for going there. Vegeta explains that Yardratians possess unique techniques like instant transmission, which Goku learned, and hopes to acquire a technique that might help him against Moro, although he does so reluctantly. In his room, Vegeta vows that the next time he faces Moro, he'll defeat him and surpass Goku. Several days later, Saganbo and his crew arrive at planet Zune, easily overpowering the planet's defenders who sought to protect their royal treasure. After seizing the treasure, one of the convicts 7-3 decides to finish off any remaining inhabitants by blasting them all away with I-beams unnecessarily, although Saganbo urges him to stop in order to leave as much energy for Moro as they can. The group return to the ship, and Moro absorbs the planet's life energy, destroying it and enhancing his power once more. Saganbo then receives a report from one of his scouts about a planet brimming with energetic monsters, prompting Moro and his crew to set a course for their destination while they strip the planet of its treasures. Meanwhile, at Galactic Patrol HQ, news of Zune's devastation reaches them. Miris suspects Moro is going after planets beyond the Galactic Patrol's reach, and Goku fears that after just a few days, Moro's gotten even stronger than before. Miris mourns that their chances of defeating Moro are now exceedingly slim, but Goku questions if Miris fighting would make a difference. Goku proposes a test and attempts to land a punch on Miris, but Miris effortlessly evades him. Jocko attempts to halt the altercation, but Goku expresses his desire to gauge Miris' true power and invites him to a sparring match in a specially reinforced training room. Goku continues his attempts to strike Miris, but is unable to connect. He escalates by transforming into a Super Saiyan, yet Miris dodges every blow. Goku switches to Super Saiyan 3, but his attacks still remain ineffective. It's only when Goku becomes a Super Saiyan God that the room starts breaking apart, prompting the two to stop the test as further escalation would destroy the room. With Goku's suspicions confirmed, he surprises Miris by asking him to train him, as he believes Miris possesses knowledge he lacks. Goku reveals he aims to master a certain technique and believes training with Miris could help him get closer to achieving. Miris agrees to Goku's proposal, but suggests a different location for their training. Meanwhile, on planet Junk, the Macaroni gang successfully steals the blue Aurum they previously attempted due to the Galactic Patrol being out of the picture. Pasta, who'd possessed fake loyalty to Moro, tells his brother Getty to call Saganbo with a false story about scouting for another planet for Moro's energy absorption. As they depart planet Junk, the gang contemplate their next target and recalls their encounter with the Galactic Patrol and Jocko mentioning the existence of sky gold on Earth. Pasta then hatches a plan and instructs his sister to head toward Earth to steal as much as they can. At the same time, Vegeta finally arrives on planet Yardrat. Vegeta and Iriko touch down on Yardrat, much to the astonishment of the locals. Smaller, rounder Yardrats approach them, mistaking Iriko for Vegeta, whom Goku had previously informed them about. They express their gratitude to both Goku and Vegeta for defeating the Ginyu Force, who had caused trouble on their planet long ago. Vegeta inquires about the Yardrat who taught Goku instant transmission, and one of the Yardrats make the others disappear, revealing that he was alone all along. This Yardrat explains that they occasionally create copies of themselves to deter unwanted visitors, and then leaves Vegeta to meet their elder. The elder, named Pabara, mistakenly believes Iriko is Vegeta and proceeds to converse with him, although he's soon corrected. Vegeta clarifies the situation to Pabara, expressing his desire to defeat Moro and hoping to acquire a new technique. Pabara, however, informs Vegeta that Yardratians focus only on a single technique called spirit control, as they're a relatively weak race. They demonstrate some of these abilities, including instant transmission, multiform, and gigantification, which involves manipulating their own spirits to shift, split, and grow. The elder states that should Vegeta study how the spirit functions, he'll be able to do the same, and Vegeta expresses a desire to learn spirit control. A few days later, Goku and Miris embark on training on another planet. Meanwhile, time passes at the Galactic Patrol HQ, and with Goku, Miris, and Vegeta absent, the Galactic King suggests recruiting new special members for the Galactic Patrol. He inquires with Jocko about Piccolo, the warrior from the Universe 6 tournament they'd attended in the past. At the lookout, Piccolo attempts telepathic communication with someone on New Namek, unaware of the planet's destruction by Moro, but wary that something awful has happened. Meanwhile, the Macaroni gang arrives on Earth in search of Blue Aurum. Piccolo senses their approach and informs Dende. However, Piccolo doesn't seem worried, as he states their energy signatures are weak. Moments later in a rocky plain, Piccolo confronts the group as they're searching for a place to land. Noticing Piccolo, the gang use their ship's weapons to attack him, but he evades the gunfire and lands on top of their ship, admonishing them for their rudeness. Meanwhile, Bulma, accompanied by Hercule and Bola, arrive at the lookout in search of Piccolo. Apparently, Jocko had called to inform her that he was on his way to Earth to recruit Piccolo into the Galactic Patrol. Back on the battlefield, Piccolo makes quick work of the Macaroni gang, surprising them as they had no idea someone this strong lived on Earth. After Jocko explains the situation via communicator at the lookout, he tells Bulma to gather Gohan, Krillin, and Tien in preparation for his arrival. He goes on to say that if Moro catches wind of Earth anytime soon, he'll make his way there to steal its energy. Meanwhile, Piccolo questions the now restrained Macaroni gang, suspecting their connection to the cosmic disturbances. The gang attempts to deceive Piccolo by pretending to be innocent travelers. However, they secretly plan to inform Moro about the Earth and the opportunity to steal Blue Aurum. Convinced that they're not involved after all, Piccolo releases the group and warns them to never return to Earth again. As they depart, Bulma and Dende approach Piccolo in a ship, with Dende urging Piccolo to capture the gang as they're allied with those causing trouble. Piccolo shoots down the Macaroni gang ship and captures them again, but he's informed that it's too late as the gang already alerted Moro's main forces. In space, Saganbo receives a distress signal from the Macaroni gang, prompting Moro to dispatch a stronger scouting party to investigate. Meanwhile, Goku and Miris begin their training, with Miris wielding a staff and gaining the upper hand. Goku mentions that to acquire his desired ability, he needs to clear his mind and heart, but this proves challenging during their combat with his fluctuating emotions. Miris points out that emotions can also lead to power, such as Goku's Super Saiyan form fueled by rage. However, what Goku seeks requires the opposite, calmness. Miris reveals he knew about Goku's pursuit of Ultra Instinct, but kept it quiet. Goku, however, reassures him and tells him it's fine, and suggests they resume training, surprising him. Miris, now resolved, leads Goku to the Galactic Patrol's hyperbolic time chamber, where every day—
Oh, yes! Yes! Yeah, it's over. I already know what's getting ready. Yes! Goku about to be stronger. Vegeta about to be even stronger. Hold on, we're gonna keep going for one more minute.
inside equals to 3 days outside. They enter to allow Mirrors to unleash his full power without detection, and Mirrors questions if Goku is ready to continue their training, as Goku eagerly agrees.
Yes.
At the lookout, Bulma briefs Krillin on the current situation and inquires about the whereabouts of Gohan and Tien. Krillin informs her that Gohan is attending a college lecture and will join them later, and Tien doesn't have a cell phone, making him unreachable. The idea of contacting Yamcha is brought up, but before anyone can respond, Jocko arrives, expressing frustration about the lack of formidable warriors present. Eska, also aboard the ship, greets Dende. Jocko then informs Piccolo that he, Dende, and Eska are the 3 last surviving Namekians.
They really
Suddenly,
are.
Pasta, confined in a cage, voices his doubts about the group's chances against Moro. Jocko approaches and threatens him, warning that they'll soon return to prison. However, Pasta shocks Jocko by revealing that Moro's main force is on its way to Earth to rescue them. Simultaneously, a single ship carrying Shimareka, 7-3, and Yunba heads toward Earth. While discussing Earth's value, 7-3 states that it's in its development stage, based on outdated information from before they were incarcerated in the galactic prison. With
Really?
Yunba hungry, they decide to make a brief pit stop on a nearby planet. Back on Earth, the Galactic Patrol informs Jocko about the impending arrival of the 3 henchmen, particularly 7-3, whose name brings about fear in Jocko's expression. After
Holy
sharing this
shit.
vague information with the others, Jocko prepares to leave, but Bulma attempts to stop him. Piccolo questions Jocko about what they need to know regarding the approaching henchmen, and Jocko agrees to provide some insight before departing. Jocko
Okay.
explains that while all 3 henchmen are formidable, 7-3 is the most concerning.
I
Meanwhile,
was getting ready to say
Shimareka and Yunba
that would be
are on a
7-3.
planet,
7
indulging
7-3 sounds like he's a fucking problem.
in a feast, while 7-3 confronts the planet's inhabitants. He uses his power-absorbing ability to steal their abilities and swiftly incapacitates them.
What
At the
the
lookout,
fuck?
Jocko continues his explanation, stating that any ability 7-3 has stolen lasts for half an hour. He also reveals that 7-3 is an artificial being created by a technologically advanced planet, devoid of emotions and designed as a ruthless killing machine
Oh
programmed
my
to follow
God.
orders. Krillin inquires about the convict's ETA to Earth, and the response from Jocko is 10 days. However, 7-3 along with Yunba
Oh
and
my
Shimareka
God, they
suddenly
came
appear
right
at
there.
the lookout, surprising everyone as they were able to steal the abilities of a creature on the planet who could create warp portals. Shimareka then notices the Macarini gang in their cage and informs them that Moro considers traitors expendable. He moves to execute them,
Wow.
much to their shock.
So y'all just alerted them only to get only to get sweat. Y'all's dumbasses. Dumbasses. Y'all alert. Ah. You dumbasses alerted them only to get swept. You idiots. You freaking nincompoops. You John Brown dingbats.
But is halted by Piccolo, who tells them that killing is prohibited at the sanctuary, where evildoers aren't welcome. However,
Okay.
7-3 swiftly appears behind
Oh
Piccolo,
my
seizing
God.
him by the neck and copies his abilities.
Oh
Piccolo manages
no.
to break free from 7-3's grasp and narrowly dodges a special beam cannon fired by the artificial being. 7-3 follows up with a punch that extends toward Jocko, knocking him off the lookout.
Holy
Piccolo
shit.
races after Jocko, believing him unable to fly, with 7-3 and Shimareka in pursuit. Krillin attempts to assist, but is
7-3
halted
versus
by Yunba,
Piccolo?
who plans to take him on. In freefall, Jocko activates the jet boosters in his boots, allowing him to land safely to Piccolo's surprise.
Yo, this is
Piccolo questions
exciting.
Jocko
I
about
like
the best way to
this.
fight 7-3, and Jocko explains that 7-3's copied attacks are as powerful as if they were executed by the original fighter, essentially like battling a mirror image of oneself. 7-3 then appears and locks arms with Piccolo using his own extending technique, and the two then land to meet each other with a headbutt. At the
Oh
same
my
time, Jocko
God.
engages Shimareka in combat as he stole his sidearm by surprise. Despite
Oh,
sharing the
shit.
same techniques and power, Piccolo seems to be at a disadvantage due to 7-3's limitless stamina, pointed out by Jocko, who previously forgot to mention it. At the lookout, Krillin faces difficulties against Yunba, and Hercule tries to assist him thanks to Bulma's intervention.
Come on, Hercule,
However,
do
before
something.
Hercule can react, Yunba leaps around the sanctuary and transforms into a ball and strikes Krillin, sending both of them crashing
Oh,
through the sanctuary.
shit.
Bulma and the others board the ship to follow the combatants, and meanwhile, Piccolo and 7-3 engage in a special beam cannon clash, but Piccolo struggles due to his diminished energy. The Namekian is seemingly overwhelmed, and Jocko fears that he may have been obliterated. However, Piccolo was saved by Gohan, who suddenly arrived. Piccolo warns Gohan about 7-3's ability and informs him that, in Goku and Vegeta's absence, he's Earth's strongest fighter. Meanwhile, on an uninhabited planet, Goku and Miras can—
Okay, we're stopping here. At 43:56. At 43:56, we're stopping right. Holy crap. That was so. I am impressed by this arc so far. Okay, so Moro is a planet energy eater, consumer, an absorber. Holy crap! And you know what's crazy, Eric? Eric, my coworker, my former coworker that I used to work with at Walmart with, he told me all about this arc because he was hyped about this arc. I'm hyped too. Holy shit! Eric, if you're watching this, please, for the love of God, do not spoil me. Don't spoil me. don't spoil me. Oh my God, I want to keep listening to this for Dragon Ball Sunday. I want to keep this going. Part 2 will be for next week. I swear to God, I will not forget this. Part 2 will be for next week. I promise you guys. I'm gonna timestamp this. 43:56. We're stopping at 43:56. We'll continue this on for the next video. Oh, that was so good. Goku and Vegeta are training to get better. Meanwhile, Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin are fighting. Yes! Oh, yes. With that being said, I'm going to stop this right here. Thank y'all so much for watching this. Let me know what y'all think down below so far about this. Yeah. Till then, this has been Master of Sakurai. I will see y'all again next time. I'm out. Peace! Oh, that was so good.